our generation. So I think the fact that they sang in the Gunim was very pointful that they in this situation we need all the chizuk we can get. I think that would be the svara.
So there's a Gemara in Brachas Daf Vav, Amid Aleph, I think. It's Tanya Amar Binyamin, Amar Abba Binyamin, Ein tefillah shel Adam nishmas ela bebeis knesset. And the proof that he brings, Shneimar, vayishma el harina ve'el ha-tefillah. And so there's different questions, there's different perushim that are given over by the Rishonim about what this pasuk from Malachim is coming to explain that your tefillah is not heard except in a beis knesset. And they say, because a beis knesset is a makom shel rina, right? Vayishma el harina ve'el ha-tefillah. But the Gra brings this very interesting idea that rina is referring to limud HaTorah.
Wow.
And there are many. There's a pasuk in Vayelech that goes on this. Ve'ata kisfu lachem hashira hazo, something along those lines. You should write it down for yourselves. Vilamda, and you should teach it to your children. You should teach it to your descendants. Lasim, you should put it in their mouths. This shira. So my good friend Aaron David Pemensky was mechadish. I asked him what the source was. He says I haven't found a source yet, but he was mechadish this idea that the three best ways to be koneh Torah are brought about in this pasuk. You write it, and you teach it, and you sing it. And so what does it mean you sing it? So I connected it with this beautiful idea that my Rosh Yeshiva with Noach Weinberg, Zichrono Libracha, gave over. He's got this beautiful 6-part series that's 6 to 8 hours long, like a Lakewood seminar on Kiruv that he gave. It's on Torah anytime. It's really kedai. But he talks about the 7 main reasons that people come to Yiddishkeit. So he says there's a pragmatic reason, this is a really good life and it's been around a long time and it's really working. That the Torah just says so many incredible things in it. It's a pele. It couldn't have been written by anyone except for the Borei Olam, and people come to it for that. But he says the hardest one to demonstrate, that you really have to feel it for yourself, is this sort of experiential reason. And this is the way he explains it. He says if you take someone who's not a Ben Torah, that they don't have a connection to Yiddishkeit, you bring them into a bit midrash. And someone, some guy in a white shirt, with tzitzis, has just sat down with a sefer or whatever, some guy. So you say to the fellow next to you who doesn't really have a kesher to Yiddishkeit, you say, look at that guy over there. He's just cracked open a book. So if you watch him long enough, it might take 5 minutes, might take 10, 20 minutes, an hour, 3 hours. But he's going to start shifting back and forth a little bit. He's doing a little dance, right? He's going to start mumbling, whatever. But eventually, you're going to see he's going to start singing. Because when you're Oisik B'Torah, it brings out the song that's already within you. And that's an experiential thing that we all want to connect to the shira that HaKadosh Baruch Hu has already put in our mouths, that we were lomed from even before we were born. It's like something that we're remembering as opposed to learning for the first time. And it's a very special thing that it's not a seichelic thing to say to a person, right? You have to really experience it. That's why it's hard to demonstrate. But I love this idea of Torah as Rina, and it's something that Baruch Hashem in the Machon Zimrat we're really exploring. Hence the name Zimrat Haaretz, right? So it's good. Torah is good. I'm sure it's a chiddush.
We're going to do another drush in the Zera Shimshon.
We're going to do drush chet.